Welcome back to Safety Talk. This marks our final episode in the PPE detection series AI Deep Dive. In the last discussion, we explored how AI-powered PPE detection helps prevent accidents in real time by identifying safety gear violations. Today, we're diving into the next stage, what happens after detection. Okay, so let's really unpack this measurement piece. We're moving past just the alert, the moment AI spots a PPE violation. The big question is, how do those detections turn into, reliable safety management, not just reacting?
Exactly. And that shift is, well, it's crucial. It's moving from just seeing a lapse,
A single incident.
right, a single incident, to actually understanding the patterns behind it all. Every single alert tells a piece of a story.
But if you don't track it.
Precisely. If that story isn't tracked, if it isn't structured somehow, you just lose that data. So we're exploring how things like dashboards, compliance tracking tools, they turn that raw data into something genuinely useful, actionable insights.
Actual insight. So what are some of the key things these systems actually show safety? What's the real value?
Well, the core value is turning, sporadic bits of information into a structured analysis. Safety managers can suddenly see things like compliance rates across the entire site.
Not just guessing.
Not just guessing, they can track which specific violations are happening over and over again. Maybe it's always hard hats in Zone C.
Oh, okay.
And identify those specific high-risk areas or maybe even particular shifts where lapses seem to cluster.
So it's like having this digital safety officer who's not just watching, but actually helping you plan smarter interventions.
That's a great way to put it. And visualization is really key here. You mentioned dashboards. Think heat maps.
Heat maps. Tell me more about that. What does a manager actually see?
Imagine a floor plan of your site. A heat map overlays that, showing you instantly, visually, where violations are happening most often.
So bright red spots over the loading dock, maybe?
Exactly. It could be the loading dock, a particular machine, maybe one section of the assembly line. It highlights those frequent violation zones. And this moves companies beyond just reacting, because now you can compare performance. How's Department A doing versus Department B? How did this week's compliance look compared to last week?
That level of visibility. It really makes data-driven decisions possible, doesn't it? Continuously improving protection.
It does. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the impact goes way beyond just, catching violations. It actually starts to shape the safety culture.
How so?
Well, when compliance is tracked transparently and, importantly, fairly, everyone sees the data, everyone's held to the same standard. It helps build alertness responsibility.
So it's not about gotcha.
Not if it's done right. It's about shared understanding. But leaders can use this specific data for really constructive safety briefings.
Yeah.
They can celebrate teams hitting compliance goals using real numbers, and they can address recurring gaps with facts, not just feelings. It fosters genuine accountability.
Making safety something that's continuously improved, not just enforced.
Exactly. It becomes part of the operational success, a measure of worker well-being.
Okay, that nicely wraps up our discussion on measuring safety performance.
Yeah.
We've seen how taking that raw detection data, turning it into things like heat maps and reports, really transforms safety. It moves it from just a checklist
Right.
into something core, measurable, part of the culture.
And this really raises an important question for you, the listener, to think about. How much institutional knowledge about these safety lapses, these near misses, are you currently losing just because you aren't tracking and analyzing that moment after the alert?
Something definitely worth considering. We hope this discussion provided those aha moments you were looking for. Because when data meets action, safety stops being reactive, it becomes reliable. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and let technology keep you protected.